Hey guys, it's Tatsuya. Today, this Japanese person will discuss hosting the Tokyo Olympics and the chances of success if it does occur. In March of last year, the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, announced that the Tokyo Olympics would be postponed to July 2021 after discussions with the IOC president. I was shocked when I heard this, but I think it was a wise decision in retrospect. Now, almost a year later, COVID 19 is still unresolved in most regions, including Japan. It seems that the virus is more troublesome than we first thought. The schedule calls for the Olympics and Paralympic Games to be held this July in various parts of Japan, including Tokyo. Still, I believe, as many would probably agree, that this international sporting event will be a failure. It will most likely not be held, or if it is, it will be held in a way that will not benefit Japan. I will explain the reasons now. First of all, Japan has not done enough to cope with this pandemic compared to other developed states and neighboring countries. As of February, the number of infected people in Japan has increased by 1,500 per day, which is much better than the US and the UK, but worse than China, South Korea, and Taiwan. At the end of January, the EU announced that it would not accept travelers from Japan while welcoming travelers from South Korea and China. As you can see, Japan seems to be regarded as one of the world's most dangerous countries. In fact, this view is correct. Japan has not dealt with the virus well, and there is no indication of when it will come under control. While people in Europe, the US, and China have already been vaccinated, people in Japan will not receive the vaccine until the middle of this month. There is also deep-rooted opposition to the vaccine in Japan, and it is not clear how many people will get the vaccine in the future. It is too dangerous to accept so many people from overseas in such a country. Given the current situation in this country, the Olympics will definitely not be held with spectators. Even if the games are held without spectators, there is a possibility that the athletes will boycott the games, or some countries will ban the athletes from visiting Japan. If this happens, the Tokyo Games will go down in history as one of the world's most unpopular events, with no athletes and no visitors. Comments of Yoshiro Mori, a member of the Tokyo Olympics organizing committee, also harmed the event. Mori said, "Women talk longer than men, so if we want to include more women in the organization, we have to limit the time they can speak." He has been criticized by media and athletes around the world for his disrespectful comments about women. His words let the world know that some of Japanese top officials still harbor prejudice against women. Some athletes who are highly concerned about sexism may decide not to participate in the games because of Mr. Mori's comments. There is also a possibility that they will look back on this event in the future and say, "Oh, I remember the chairman saying this before the Tokyo Olympics. Either way, the chairperson's comments on the Tokyo Olympics organizing committee were definitely detrimental to the hosting of the Tokyo Olympics. Looking back, Tokyo's bid for the Olympics was problematic from the start. The Olympic logo looked very similar to the symbol of Belgian facility. There were allegations that money was involved to make the event happen. The stadium construction cost was prohibitive, and many other problems. I had thought that these problems would be over by 2020, but I didn't know there would be more problems now. There is no prospect that the Olympics, scheduled to be held in July this year, will be cancelled. The newspapers are showing a countdown of how many days until the Olympics. But I don't know if the Japanese government is really moving forward with the idea of hosting this costly and troublesome sporting event. It's a shame, but even if they do, it's sure to be the messiest one yet. However, this is not a sin that athletes should have to bear. I hope that the IOC and the Japanese government will make arrangements to ensure that athletes worldwide will be happy. That's all for this video today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Bye.